In this video, I want to show you how to change the latex tubing on an air table, or we also call them the Luctor tables. So basically what this is, it's a device to study, you can study gravity and all that. What happens is you put here compressed air, and then you have a high power, high voltage spark generator, and then when your puck is basically moving freely, you press the button and it will create sparks, and there's a carbon paper underneath, and then you put a white piece of newsprint and it will make holes, not holes but little black dots, and here you can control how many holes per second you want and all that. So the issue with these machines is there's some regular maintenance that needs to be done, and it's this latex tubing, because with sun and touching, it gets degraded after about a year. So every year you need to change it. And I wanted to share with you what's the easiest way of changing this latex tubing. So you have this plastic part here, which is like the anchor on the puck. So just first remove that. The second thing is to remove this little metal that's holding it. So now you have the latex free on this end, and on this end you can just slide it with your fingers, and then you're gonna see inside there's a chain. So that chain has to be intact, don't damage that chain. So it's the chain that conducts the electricity, and then on this end you'll notice there's flux on the chain. One flux is so that this doesn't go back the chain in the tubing. There's a lot of air coming through, so this is moving a lot, and there's a bit of flux on the tip so that when you're putting it in the puck, it touches the bottom metal part. So to do this, you're gonna need a single strand wire, a thin wire, right, like here. So it has to be single filament, so you know, not the ones that can there's many little copper wires inside, but rather just one. And what also you're gonna need is a soldering iron. So here is my soldering iron. I started heating it up. I'll put some deionized water in the sponge. And then you're gonna also need a flux in core, a nice thick one, you know, easy to work with. And the replacement latex tubing is the best one that fits, is basically a 1/8 x 1/32, and then the length doesn't matter, but this is the inner outer diameters. So then when your flux is warm enough, your iron is warm enough, come and heat the flux here, the solder, like so now you can slide your latex tubing and the little plug here out. So get that out, get the plastic plug out, and then you get the latex tubing. You just slide it out. All right, now we're gonna take and cut our new piece of latex. So just grab some scissors, measure the length, and then cut 2 pieces. So next thing you want to do it's almost impossible to slide this chain. Look how thin it is inside the latex. So what we need to do is really get this chain in the latex. So for that, what you want to do is grab your wire, and this, the reason why now it has to be single is because it has rigidity, and then you can pass it inside your tubing. So gently pass it in, just by sliding it at first, and then after that go to the tip, and then what you do is you pinch the tip, you stretch the end of it just like this, and then you let it go. Then you pinch again here, you stretch, you let it go. So basically this is making the wire go through the latex tubing. And voila, that's it, that easy. So now what you're gonna do is solder that to the tip, just a little bit of solder, let it cool, and now you can pass the tubing. Just gently pull the black wire, and then there you go, it got out. So now you can desolder, but first anchor your tubing so it doesn't escape. So over here, just stretch on one, hold with one finger the one end, and then the other end maybe just grab and stretch it on top, and then you can just slowly work it. It doesn't have to be all the way up. There you go. See, that's it. Most of your work is done now. And then come here. Now desolder. Remove that. Now the order in which you have to do is put this plastic first. And then you pass the little metal plug. All right, so now hold the wire, the little chain, and then do the same with this plug here. Just try to go as much as possible to the end. Make it straight. There you go. And then you plug this back. Voila. So now don't forget, you have to put back the little drop of solder there, so this basically the chain doesn't escape back into the system. There you go. So now the chain has a little solder there, and then if I pull, see, it's blocked, it stops. That's it. And then you can put it back in your puck and repeat with the other one. This will be good for one whole year.